Greetings, flower lovers. This is Esther, and you've reached the Flower Channel. Thanks so much for joining me today to soothe your soul and warm your heart with the beauty and healing magic of flowers. This is Esther, and I have some beautiful roses that were in a mixed bouquet that I got at the supermarket. And these, I didn't want to use them with the other flowers because the other flowers were going to an event, which they had to be healthy for a few weeks, and roses don't always quite last that long, though these are really healthy. And I want to show you something about roses. You always want to purchase roses that are where you can already see the center. So if they're super tight and you can't see the center, they're probably not going to open. It means that they were harvested too soon. And then you want to squeeze them. So if you squeeze the base here and it's super soft and the petals kind of feel like they're falling off, it's old. If they're hard, like this one's pretty hard, then my cat just fell off the pillows. If you squeeze these and it feels hard, kind of hard, then you know that they're fresh. Now this variety is particularly gorgeous, right? Because you have a multicolored petals, and as they open, they're going to get more and more interesting. They're gorgeous at every stage, really. Just a beautiful variety. So I've taken all the foliage off because sometimes when you get roses from the supermarket, even though they can last a really long time, oftentimes you're going to see some really bad looking foliage, and you don't want to have any funky foliage on your flower arrangements. So today I'm going to be designing in this little elephant, and I'm going to fill it with water that I keep in a pitcher. My water pitcher I fill it with water from the sink, and then I let it sit out, because I like to let the chlorine gas that happens to be in our water evaporate. So this is nice, healthy water for these roses. So what am I thinking about here? It's autumn. I want to use some materials that I got from outside. I'm not sure what kind of dried material this is, but it's really fun to go out and just collect. Now the thing about dried material, you can just break it. I just want to give a nice autumn feeling. So I'm just going to take my little, I'm not exactly sure what kind of grasses or plants these were, but you don't need to know the name of something to enjoy it. We're big on naming things, but you don't really have to name them. Okay, so this is like fun, just like this. And you know, my theory is your flower arrangements should be appealing at every point of your arranging. I'm not going to use any green foliage with this arrangement because I'm really trying to bring in the feeling of autumn. And this is autumn in Colorado, this color particularly. Now, because this is a very decorative container, and I really want to be able to see the heads of the roses. So you often see people, you know, they might actually just put their roses like that in a vase, but you can't really see the heads. And in this type of these flowers, these type of flowers, it's the head that's the interesting part. So I'm going to give it a snip, and I'm going to put it way down in this container. Oh. Now remember, we know that you can always make your stem shorter, but never can make it longer. So you can sometimes, you know, you might not feel comfortable cutting these too short. So just give it a try. Cut them and see if you like the length, and if you don't, change it. People ask me too, what's the correct number of flowers? Should I use 4? Should I use 3? Use whatever you want. There is no rule. Now, wow, that was super easy and really fun. And that definitely gives the feeling of autumn right away. And the beauty of these roses. And then as they open, they're going to fill up the space. So I just decided that I want to make this way more dramatic. So this is fun just the way it is. But I got these other really cool grasses, and they're really light. They're light color, they're light feeling. So when you have something that's really light, you can go very tall with it. So maybe this is going to go on a little bit more of a display area as opposed to a centerpiece. And grasses are really fun to work with. I tend to use them in clumps and kind of use them like that. You can even keep these. You could put a big ribbon on these, and this could be like a little wall hanging, just like that. Don't throw out any of your material till you're sure you don't. You're sure you don't want to use it. So here's like a little. This is like a little statement about fall, and then maybe I want to put a turkey feather in there. Oh, wow! Don't be afraid to mix materials, shells, feathers. Whatever you like, your flower arranging is for your pleasure. Nobody else has to like it but you. I happen to really like that. And it really kind of connects different cultures, right? Because this is kind of an Indian looking, Indian from India looking type vase. And then we have a very Western feel. I love that. Thanks for joining me on the Flower Channel. Bring beauty, love, magic into your life with flowers.